Hello everyone, it's me MUFTiiYT and welcome to another tennis blog. Today we're going to be talking about the Miamii Masters 1000 that just took place a couple of weeks ago. Before then, we're just going to quickly give you some news updates. First of all, regarding Richard Gasquet, the 38-year-old has managed to win against Ronaldo in the Masters 1000 Monte Carlo, which is taking place right now as we speak. So the clay season has truly begun. And so this will be his final tournament appearance. So we wish him all the best of luck in that the rest of the run in that tournament. Next, we have obviously Flavio Cobolli. He's making his maiden appearance in the game of tennis, and of course he just won in a tournament in Bucharest, so many congratulations to him. And of course we've got here Darderi. His name is Darderi. He managed to beat the top seed of the tournament called Bursaspor. It was a very close match. I was watching that in 2 tie-break sets, and it in the country of Marrakesh. So there you go. So this is the latest news, and of course just some quick ones just before we carry on to the main element of the video. We have got Alcaraz as well. He's Alcaraz making his debut in the Monte Carlo Masters 1000, and of course Djokovic making his Masters 1000 debut as well. And obviously in the next video log we will be talking about this whole tournament as well, and be watching very closely in terms of how these players do. Obviously they are talking about coming back, and they'll do so well, but you know how it is in the moments of the opponents you face. You never know what can happen, but again, we wish them all the very best of luck in this tournament as well. Right, so now let's move on to the Masters 1000 Miami. Let's do it. All right everyone, so welcome to the main element of the video today, which is to do with the Masters 1000 Miami. Obviously we won't be talking about first round this time, because obviously, as you guys know, in this Masters 1000 all the top players that qualify get a straight run into the second round of the tournament. So as you can see here in this position, very quickly, Alex Zverev managed to do quite well. Moving on to some other top players, Fee of France managed to win as well, 6-4, 2-3 with retirement of a player. Francis Tiafoe doing quite well, the 16th seed, 7-5, 7-6. Ronaldo losing in this particular tournament against Machak, 20th seed, 6-2, 1-6, 6-3. So quite a close tie. And here's the main element here, guys. Jack Draper, who freshly won in the Masters 1000 Indian Wells, sadly losing out in the second round of the Miami tournament, unfortunately, to Mensik, again in the score of 7-6, 7-6. Taylor Fritz at this point did win 7-6, 6-3, and Shapovalov did quite well in this round as well, beating Tirante 6-3, 6-7, 7-6. Let's scroll down very quickly. Alex de Minaur winning as well, 6-4, 6-4. Berrettini 4-6, 6-3, 6-3. Medvedev losing in that round against Munar of Spain, 6-2, 6-3. Gael Monfils winning quite well, very good, in 6-1, 3-6, 7-6. Stefanos Tsitsipas, of course, winning against Sang in this second round, 4-6, 7-5, 6-3. Musetti winning as well, the Italian, 3-6, 7-6, 7-5. Novak Djokovic winning at this point, 6-0, 7-6. Casper Ruud also winning at this point, 3-6, 6-4, 6-4. Grigor Dimitrov obviously winning at this point as well, 6-1, 6-4. And Nick Kyrgios, who we haven't seen for a long time, unfortunately losing, not playing too well, looks like it here, and didn't play well. I'll be honest, I did watch that match against Karen Khachanov, 7-6, 6-0. And David Goffin beating Carlos Alcaraz in the second round. That's a really shocking result, 5-7, 6-4. 6-3. So yeah, hopefully we can hold on to the fact that Alcaraz will play well in the season of play, because right now, from what we can see, he didn't play well at all in Miami. Right, let's move straight over, fast forwarding to the quarterfinals. Bear with me a moment as the page loads. There we go. So as you can see at this point, we have Taylor Fritz beating Berrettini 7-5, 6-7, 7-5. Novak Djokovic beating Korda 6-3, 7-6. Grigor Dimitrov obviously winning against Karandolov follow 6-7, 6-4, 7-6. So yes, players, obviously, as you can see at this point, Novak Djokovic playing pretty well in Miami, actually, considering the run he was on in Indian Wells and previous tournaments. So it's good to see him getting up to this point. Fee, unfortunately, Fee is a French player who we've all been talking about for quite a while, and unfortunately losing in the quarterfinal. But it's good to see Taylor Fritz coming back. Semi-finals. This is the most important part of the tournament. Semi-finals always kind of shows where the players are now to the crown of the jewel of Miami Masters 1000. And at this point, as you can see, Mensik, the one who beat Jack Draper, won against Taylor Fritz 7-6, 4-6, 7-6. And Novak Djokovic beating quite easily, like a walk in a park, against Grigor Dimitrov 6-2, 6-3. Now then, let's go to the main part of the video, which is to do with the final. Right guys, we're now here in the final of the Miami Masters 1000. We've got Jakub Mensik, as you can see here. Here's some information about him. 19 years of age, from Czech Republic, and right-handed player, turned professional in 2022. So he's a recent player, obviously in the generation of Carlos Alcaraz, and of course against a legend who doesn't need an introduction himself, Novak Djokovic, 37 of age, turned pro in 2003 from the country Belgrade, Serbia. So, and as you can see, his coach is Andy Murray. Right, so now let's talk about this final statistics. So as you can see here, they have a head-to-head of 1-all. So let's have a look at how it all went down. First of all, let's summarize their year-to-date win-loss record. First of all, Jakub Mensik's 14-6 titles won, 42-27 career win-loss record, career titles won, 3 billion career prize money. Now let's look at someone who's generations apart from him. And obviously you've got Novak Djokovic, and he turned pro in 2003, 12-5 win-loss record, no titles, career win-loss 1,136 to 227, career titles 99, and 186 billion dollars in career prize money. Righty, so there you go. So that is some information regarding their head-to-head. Now let's look into the stats of the final itself. Okie dokie, so here we go. So we've got the stats here. So overall in the match, as you can see here, Novak Djokovic did 297 serves compared to 296. Mensik did 14 aces, 7 equal double faults. First serves in was obviously 56 for Novak and 52 for Mensik. First serves points 43, Novak Djokovic 40 to Mensik, 14 on the second serve compared to 9 for Djokovic. Break points 2 to 0. Service games played, obviously 12 all. And return stats, here we go very quickly. You got 178 Novak Djokovic on the return rating. First serves return points 13 to 12 for Mensik. Second serves return points 9 to 12. So obviously 50% more going, points 1 on the second serve for Mensik. Break points converted, obviously Novak Djokovic 1 out of 1, so 100% compared to 33. Return games played 12 on 12. Point stats, 100% for Novak. Winners 29 for Mensik. Unforced errors 22. Service points 152, so 70% for Novak Djokovic. 31% return points for Novak Djokovic. Service speeds. Now this is quite interesting, because I'll tell you why. Because nowadays a lot of the players are serving so fast because the emphasis is so much on the serves nowadays. It's crazy, I'll tell you. So service speeds, here we go. 227 compared to 206. 166 was equal average speed, and second serve was 145. For Novak Djokovic. So that's the stats of the final. In terms of the overall, I'll tell you honestly, this is the overall blog now. I'm going to tell you is that, to be honest with you, the stats obviously I just tried to quickly browse through for you, but in all honesty, 7-6, 7-6 was the score. Both players really put up a fight, and it was incredible the way Mensik played. At such 19 years of age, playing amazingly well, and who knows, how he'll do going forward. Obviously, there is the clay season now, as we're talking about, happening as we speak. Miamii is obviously now history, but Mensik is definitely a person to watch in the game of tennis, alongside obviously other youngsters as well that we've been talking about, Alcaraz included, and of course others as well. And plus, it goes to show in a little way is that a lot of the players losing in the early rounds of the tournament, like Alcaraz and stuff like that, allows more of the younger players to get to the final. And as you can see here, Mensik didn't have too many tough matches going into the final, we could say. Obviously he may have a couple of one or two, but in the final, which is the one that counts, he managed to beat the legend of the game. So huge congratulations, many congratulations to Jakub Mensik for winning against Novak Djokovic in straight sets in a tiebreaker, 7-6. 7-6. So we'll be watching him closely. Of course, Miamii is one of my favorite tournaments. It's been really amazing. The full week of the tournament, some of the matches that I watched was crazy that was going on. A bit disappointing for Jack Draper. In my opinion, I wish he could have gone far. It would have been amazing to see him get to at least the quarterfinals, and winning that, of course. And in terms of the women's, I'm not going to cover it in too much detail, but obviously it was quite disappointing for Coco Gauff and Emma Raducanu as well, not playing fantastically well, if I'm being honest. But again, the ladies' tennis is creeping up to be amazing as well. So I'll give you I will mention the winner of that tournament in Miami as well for the ladies. Just bear with me a second. And so yes, so some news for you regarding the women's side of the tennis in the tournament of Miami. As you can see, the WTA tour has now come in line with the ATP Masters now. So they have the same system of Grand Slam, 1,500 and 250. And so as you can see here, we have got the player of Sabalenka, Ariana Sabalenka, beating Pegula 7-5, 6-2. So there you go, there it is. And some few stats for you very quickly. So overall in the match, 3-1, 1-3 double fault, 60.2%, 73.4. So there you go. So that brings an end to the tennis blog here about the Miami Masters 1000. Many thanks for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next blog, where we'll be talking about Masters 1000 Monte Carlo and its effect on the rest of the clay season. See you then. Peace and take care.